Hi, welcome everybody. I'm just grabbing some bright colours from my Brights collection because I want to do a really fun Christmas background. I'm just aware that I'm on the live. Sorry, for those of you who are on the live, sorry it's late. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much for coming in and watching. I hope I'm able to inspire you a little bit today with some of your Christmas crafts, or you know, you don't actually necessarily need to use this technique for a Christmas card. I'm just going to use it for Christmas because I thought it would be fun. But it's a technique that you can adapt and use for whatever, you know, just adapt it and yeah, it's all good. Okay, let me just turn my notifications off. There we go. So hello and welcome everybody, hoping to bring some stamping cheer to your day, no matter where you are and what you're doing and whatever's happening. Sometimes it's really important just to take time out of your day and just have a little calm moment. And I'm going to do that now. So I've got a plain piece of white cardstock in front of me. And just going to lay down some images. And then the idea is I'm going to put some just very geometric images down, and then we're going to stamp some sentiments and something else on there. All right, so that's the plan. So I will try and say a quick hello to everybody who's watching. Make sure I'm in frame. There we go, I think I am. So I've got a nice bit of daffodil delight here. Do share this video out with your friends. If you'd like to perhaps get a few friends watching at the same time. And just going to swish or swipe my ink pad. You can see that it's just being swiped across my paper. And it's a very quick way to get some ink down initially. And I'm going to also use some of this Coastal Cabana. I'm just going to turn my cardstock around because I'm right-handed. I feel it's more natural to kind of pull this way. So if you're left-handed, maybe perhaps try from the other way around. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Just do whatever makes it work for you. And there we go. Now, someone did ask on my Facebook group earlier today, what's the correct way to re-ink an ink pad? So I might just do that as well, because someone did ask earlier. Right, now the next thing I want to do is just lay down a little bit of this image here. This is the buffalo check. I've used this numerous of times. It's one of my favourites, and I just want a little bit of it inked up. I don't want a great big amount. So I'm actually going to get my ink pad and just ink up a corner of it, like so. And you just dab, dab, dab away, like that. And find a spot that I want to hit with it. Oh, and it fell off my block. Oh well. I think I need to push down a little bit harder to get it attached to my block. Okay, I just want this little section, and I'm just going to use the second impression because Coastal Cabana is not the lightest colour in the world, so we are going to get a second impression from it. Yes, it is faded, but it's fine. And then I'm going to just ink up my block again, sorry, my stamp again, and pop a little section of that down. Yes, indeed, I have done the swipe technique for masculine cards. If you have a look in my playlist, you'll find them. So, right, I'm going to try and say hello to everybody that's just come on. Hi, Christine. Hi, Martina, Donnie, Bill, Vicky. Oh no, it's Dana. Sorry, not Bill. Vicky, Melanie, Sharon, Helen, Glenna, Jeannie, Denise, Deborah and Deborah Smith and Amanda, Suzanne. Hi everybody, welcome. It's very geometric at the moment, it is, isn't it? We're hoping to change that in a minute though. So, hi Becky. Right, I think I'll stop there. And then I'm going to bring in some more geometrics. Now I've got some lovely colours off to the side here. I've got a granny apple green here as well. So I think I might take this one. This one reminds me of tyre tracks. I know it isn't tyre tracks, it just reminds me of them. You've only just started. I'm quite sure it'll be totally different in a moment or two. Yes, I'm hoping so. So at this point, I'm just looking for some gaps. I'm thinking, where is there not anything else that's really graphic? So my eye's drawn to these spots here. So I'm trying to fill in between. I also love playing with juxtaposition, so I like the fact that I've got light bits and dark bits, and so I want to see how they play off against each other as well. And even against some of this other patterning. Okay. Then the other thing we've got in here is this fabulous kind of stripe. Doesn't quite fit on that block, but we'll make it work. Now I've got this one going in this direction, so I think I might just change it up a little bit and have the lines going in the opposite direction. Hi Serene. Okay, for those of you who are just joining, I'm just covering this piece of paper with yellow, blue and greens. And then the idea is I'm going to then stamp some sentiments over the top and some other things. So I wanted to then bring in this stamp set here. Now either I can approach this by thinking I'm going to be cutting it into fours, or I could approach it that I don't mind not seeing the whole image or the whole wording. So I think if I was to do it that way, I would probably mainly use the joy one, because it means that I'm likely to get a whole image of the joy at some point. So I don't know, I don't mind doing either. So guys, can you just tell me, would you like me to do it to be split into four, if you would like that, type 4, and if you would like me to do all over, just type all. Okay, and we'll find out what you guys would like me to do, because I really don't mind doing either. So while you're telling me what you would like to see me do, I'll get some of these stamps ready for stamping. So hi Ali, you're signed up for alerts but you've just missed me. Oh dear. The alls are winning. Okay, I'm presuming everybody else doesn't have a preference. Trust Deborah Broughton to be contrary. Okay, so we're going for an all over stamping look. So I'm wondering if I could fit a piece. I wonder if I stamped it at an angle, it means that if I do cut it into smaller pieces, you will see it. You're more likely to see it. Okay, I'm going to try that. So I imagine that if I did cut it into, could I cut it into 12? I'm not sure I could get it into 12. 1, 2. I might be able to get it 10 out of it, or I might be able to get 8. Okay. Hi, Connie. Lovely to see you. Is this your first time on a live? How exciting if it is. So this is Melon Mambo. This is going to so dye my stamp. My stamp is never going to be the same again. Oh, you're so welcome, Connie. I'm so glad you could catch us on the live. It must be a little bit odd for people who watch the replays and not be able to participate in the live chat. But either way you watch it, I am very, very grateful that you guys watch my videos, because it helps keep me in business. So helps me keep doing what I do, which I'm very, very grateful for. Okay, so that's the piece one done, and I'm going to clean this immediately. Fixing to go to Bible study tomorrow. No, that's fine. I had my Bible study earlier, so that's why I was a bit late, because we had our Zoom fellowship time. And then I was just, I don't know, I got sucked into that Facebook rabbit hole, and then before I knew it, it was late. Okay, so maybe I could have Joy going in the opposite direction. I could have it going this way. Or would it go that way? No, it would go this way. Let's see if we can fit this in. Try to see where it will fit. I'm just going to go with where I think it fits. I'm not really overthinking this too much. Watched a video, not sure who, and the lady said to stamp with a pale colour first time using it, doesn't get so stained. Yes, I have done that in the past. Yes. I usually try and stamp in like Sahara sand or something first. I'm in my she shed making Christmas cards. I love it. Well, hopefully this will bring you some inspiration. I just figured not everybody likes to have, you know, just typical red and green ton things. So, hi Vicky. Oh, thank you, Vicky. You're such a sweetheart. Thanks for the super chat. I do so wish they'd included Hope in this set. It would have made a complete Advent set. You know what? You're so right. Maybe we should ask for a Faith, Hope and Love set. That would be good, wouldn't it? Okay, right. Where else can I fit one? There, maybe? Oh, right, now. I need to leave space for the leaves now. So should I do the leaves in Flirty Flamingo? So it's not too overpowering of the letters, or the words rather. And I thought I could try and fit in some of these leaves. Oh, you're not sure what a milk carton box looks like? Oh, I can show you. I had one the other day. I showed last night. So I was going to basically just copy that one that I made a while back. It's just a very simple box, Martina. It's just the way it closes looks like an old-fashioned, when I say old-fashioned, I mean about 20 years ago, that's how our milk used to come, milk cartons, like that. Gosh, I feel old being able to say 20 years ago. I guess some of you guys are a bit older than me, though. I'm wondering if I can find Hope elsewhere, but the font will be off. Yeah, it will. What if there was a Faith, Hope and Love stamp set? Well, we could sandbox it. We could tell our Stampin' Up to do it. Other companies may have done it. Dare I say. Okay, I'm not doing any second generation with this because I want everything to be really bold and funky looking, so I'm not doing second generations here, just going for it. Yes, I read that, Sheila. Martina, you're going to be getting a refund, but you love your magnetic plate, don't you? They're on the Facebook Artful Stampin' Space. I haven't shared them to WhatsApp yet. Nobody kind of said that they wanted them. Because there's just, I know there's definitely one person on WhatsApp that doesn't have Facebook. So, they haven't asked me for it. So, I didn't want to sort of just send it out and... Oh, talking of WhatsApp, somebody messaged me the other day and they had a bit of a glitch and they were checking to see if... Ah, yeah, she got it. Sorry. There was somebody who wasn't getting notifications. But no, they've got it now. Faith, Hope, Love and Grace set that I got from Hampton Art. Oh, there we go. If anyone's interested, that's where to go. Yeah, some people have had problems with it that after they've used it for a little bit, it starts to warp. So, various people have contacted Stampin' Up and Stampin' Up were looking into it. So they've decided to pull it for now while they do some more research on it. So everybody that purchased it is going to get a refund. But you can obviously keep using it if you find it's helpful. So that was announced just earlier. I've not actually seen the official documentation on it. It's just what a Stampin' Up demonstrator told me. So yeah, you get to keep it. Yeah, keep it. But you get your money back. I guess they have to decide if once they get a certain amount of complaints, I guess they need to decide if something's fit for purpose. And so if it's not fit for purpose, then it's going against, well, certainly in the UK and Europe, it goes against consumer trading laws. Like if something just doesn't work, so they have to withdraw it. Right, I can't see where else I can go on this one, apart from perhaps do some of those little diamondy things. Oh, there we go. See, Connie had problems with it. They're just suggesting that if you need to keep your what's the word, dies still, just use some washi tape. Okay, I have got an issue with this stamp, but I'm working through it. I can't cope when stamps are sort of, they give the impression that they're a snowflake, but they haven't got 6 divisions. I find that's a personal bugbear of mine. I'm like, no. I know it's supposed to be just like a twinkle. I know that. But in my head, I'm looking at it going, it looks like a snowflake, but it's not a snowflake. It's not a proper snowflake. Is that just me? Do other people have that problem? You love that little stamp. Oh. Oh, it doesn't have a name. Yeah, I know Martina loves that plate. So just use it carefully. Make it last. So you guys love that little stamp. Okay, that's fine. Right, so we have got a bit of a graffiti-esque looking modern art, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, piece of stamped cardstock. And I'm going to bring over the box that I made a while back. Is this one here. So it's quite roomy. You can get quite a bit of stuffs in it. Where's my ruler? Oh my goodness, my desk needs such a tidy. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, like nobody call me, because it's the Stampin' Up convention starting tomorrow. So I'm gonna like hole up in my room and not come out for a couple hours. But I need to clear my desk because it is a state. I love that you included a star in this, and this milk box is nice and big for bigger gifts. Yes. No, they're withdrawing it, Martina. They're just withdrawing it completely at the moment until they've researched it, and they are refunding everybody. That is what we've been told tonight. So, if you're doing this in centimetres, it's a 7 centimetre by 7 centimetre carton. The proportions before it gets to that section there is 11 centimetres. So in inches, guys, this works out at just under 3 inches. It's like 2 3/4 inches all the way around. So if I try and fix this for you guys in the States, we're looking at so 10.5 inches divided by 4. So we're looking at 2.5 plus an 1/8 to give us just that little bit on the end there. Okay, so I'm going to be nice to you guys. Nice to my imperial friends. And I'm going to do this in inches because I already know what the centimetres is and I can do the numbers afterwards. Where's my trimmer gone? Oh, there it is. I tidied it away. The one thing I tidied away today. Oh dear. All right, so I'm going to cut this down to 8.5 inches so that you guys, again in the States, are not too confused. Oh, actually, what am I talking about? Ours doesn't even reach 8.5. Right, take care, Connie. Catch you on the replay and have a blessed time studying God's Word. Right, so we are going to do this 2 5/8. 2 5/8. Okay, everybody? But if you're in the UK, 7 centimetres. So 2 5/8 plus 2 5. Now this is when my brain starts to get a bit addled. Okay, so 2.5, 5. So that'd be 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. Plus a thing. Right, 5 1/4. 2 5/8. 5 1/4. So 8 there. Plus 2, so that takes us to 8, 7 3/8. I hope I'm doing this right. Have I done that? No, I haven't done that right, have I? Oh, poops. Right, hold on. Bear with. Right. 2 5/8 plus 2 5/8. Why can I not do this? This should be simple. Should be 5 and 2. Yeah, I did do that right. 2 and... Hold on. Yeah, oh, I did do that right. Okay. No, they won't let you order it, I don't think. I think they've withdrawn it. 2 5/8. So that would take me to that point there. Okay, so that last one was wrong. You know what's an easy way to do it? Is fold that back like that and just do it up to 2 5/8. Why did I not think of that earlier, hey? There we go. So if you struggle like me trying to figure it out, just fold it back like that, pop it in at 2 5/8. Because I know the measurement, I know what it's meant to be, I just don't know how to add it up. That is my problem. Right, 2 5/8. There we go. And then I'm going to cut this at 11 inches because I'm going to pretend I'm an American. All right, there we go. Done. Okay, so your cardstock is a little bit thicker, a bit higher on the top. All right. So, in order to get this depth, then we're looking at. Now, yours is going to be slightly taller. You just need to score 1/2 inch at the top. So I'm not going to tell you the exact measurement. I'm just telling you you've got to do 1/2 inch at the top and about 2 inches on the bottom. Now, the only thing about doing this is that you don't get a complete bottom. Well, you do sort of. You get it, but it only meets a little in the middle there, a little bit, just a little crossover. So as long as you do at least over whatever is 1/2 of 2 5/8. So 1/2 of 2 5/8 is 1 4/8. Oh no, what? Let's just go 1 1/2. So score 1 1/2 off the bottom of your box, and then score at approximately, just drop my score blade, score at not as far as 6, definitely not, maybe 5 inches. Okay, so then score, oh no, not 5, up there, what's that, 5 1/2, there we go. So score at 1 1/2 inches and 5 1/2 inches. Now, the reason why I'm saying do that and not give you this number is because you just need to score 1/2 an inch from the top because your cardstock is wider. Okay, right. Let's start putting it together. So just going to burnish these fabulous corners. And this is a great way to show off a one sheet wonder, I have to say, because you're using all of it pretty much. Okay, so this is how I get rid of like score lines that I made a mistake. I shouldn't have scored that there. I'm just running my bone folder over it just to flatten it back out again. Okay, just there we go. And I'm gonna do that. Ooh, sorry about that noise. Do that, and then I'm going to scrape that on the bottom. Now the top one, I'm actually going to flip it forward. Okay, And you'll find out why in a second. Right, so you can use your Stampin' Seal for this, or you can use your Tombow, use whatever you fancy. And then you give it a little squeezy weezy and hope it comes out sooner rather than later. Let's just squeeze it a little bit. Oh, look, it's coming now. Okay. Oh no, I don't. Oh no, what am I doing? Stop, Ruth, stop. Right, first of all, you cut it. See, this is why I am not the queen of box making. I think other people have this title on the YouTube. I'm happy stamping and then let other people do the box making. So, right, okay. So the easiest way is you fold a flap over like this. You apply the glue like that from the little lump that you've squeezed out on the side of your thing. There we go. Give it a bit of a spread around the place because you don't want it too lumpy, because if you have it too lumpy it will squidge out and you don't want that to happen. Close it down and give it a nice little rub. Yes. Hi Delinda, lovely to see you. Hey Mr. Bobby and Cheryl and Lorraine. You guys just arrived. There we go. And then ta-da! And then I like to flip it the other way just to make sure it all sits nice. Okay. And then turn it up and then we close these two and then we apply some glue then just onto there. And then because it's not going right the way over, I'm actually going to be a bit more careful with the glue to make sure it's stuck properly. Okay, so just gonna, and look down to make sure that everything is kind of square, because you don't want to have glued it and then realise that you didn't square it off. So thank you, Delinda. You'll have to replay to find out how I did it. But it's pretty easy. It's not complicated. Right, so then this is why it's important to have done your scoring and your burnishing here, because when you then push these in, ideally that should happen, not that. So if that does start to happen, what you just need to do is just push down so one side is done. Let's open that up back up again. And then with your bone folder, you need to kind of get in there and just squish that bit out. See, that bit's got to stick out a little bit. So I'm folding that down and I'm sort of telling the paper where I want it to fold, because we don't want it just doing its own thing. It's got to do as it's told. Okay, and the reason why I scored that is so that you can, you know, this can actually be moved over, or you can just have that and then put your little binder clip at the top like that. Okay, just makes it nice and neat at the top. All right, so there we go. Now you guys, your section here will be slightly longer, as I did say to you, because you've got you've actually got a little bit more length at that area there. But there we go. So let's see how it compares. They're very similar, really. Very similar. And basically that's the only piece of... Oh no, it's not done. Oh, it keeps... Oh, it doesn't like it. I wonder if it's because I did that extra... Oh no, don't do that. I think it's because it's got that little weakness of a score line there. It doesn't like it. Oh, come on. Behave yourself. Just trying to pop one in there so it will do it. If I open that up, give that a bit of a... Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs. Right, come on, stay open. I'm like, I'm pushing up from this angle and I'm like trying to squeeze here. Come on, behave yourself. Bobby's watching. Oh well, just look at that side, everyone. Isn't it beautiful? Oh dear. Right, there we go. How's about that then? How's about that then? Oh dear. Going into Jimmy Savile territory. Let's not go there. Right. Is there anything else you'd like to see me do? After I made a slight pig's ear of that side. Never mind. Shall we have another go doing it some funky stamping? I'm just going to cover up this little bit of glue though before I stick my fingers in it. Oh, you've got to hold your tongue out. I forgot to do that, everybody. Sorry. Oh, just do anything. Just do anything. We're here now. Right, what I could do is a slightly fatter bag then. A slightly different dimensioned bag to that one. Hi, Tina. I'm just going to rip this off, actually. There we go. Get rid of that. Thank you, Becky. Right, shall we do a bit of smooshing on the paper with the pink? Got to mix it up a little bit now. And, oh, let's do some swishing this way. There we go. And remind me, I've got to show you how to re-ink as well. Oh dear, that's a bit of a twist there. Okay. This is such a fun and easy technique, guys. Right, I'm trying to think what unusual colour I could put with this that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see. Something not quite that dark. Thank you, Mr. Bobby. You're too kind. Let's try a bit of petal pink. Cool. Am I cool, Bobby? This just looks like fabric, doesn't it? It's fabulous. I love this technique. Ooh, no. Got stuck then. Okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that boo-boo there. Right, Pinkaroonie went on. So what about a bit of Calypso Coral for the background? So I'm going to come in again with my Buffalo check stamp. Wallpaper, yes. It does look a bit like wallpaper. Okay, so let's pop some of this down. Bit of Calypso there. Bit of Calypso there. Although I don't know why I'm focusing on the bottom section, because that goes under the bag. But anyway. Sometimes when you're creating a big piece, it's nice to have the whole thing. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be talking about that one, Bonnie. Was that Bonnie? No, Connie. Connie and Bonnie. Yeah, I thought I won't mention the E word tonight. Because at the end of the day, half the nation's going to be upset, whatever the results are. I just thought, let's come on here and do some therapeutic stamping. Therapeutic stamping, Connie. What do you think? Oh. Yes, we're just going to chill. I love this technique. Can I use it on everything? Yes, use it on everything. It's the swish technique. Or I don't know what you want to call it, actually. The swish and the swipe. Yeah, yeah, that's E and the C word. We're not, yeah. Soon there'll be like every letter of the alphabet we just cannot speak about. No, please feel free to discuss it if you want to. I just won't be discussing it. Although I can tell you about my ramen. Did I tell you yesterday I was cooking those pig trotters? Well, today I put some dried seaweed that I found in the back of my cupboard, and I bought some miso paste yesterday. So I put the seaweed and the miso paste in the broth to make it give it more umami flavours. So then I drained the broth, and then I got some belly pork out the freezer and started defrosting that, and then boiled that in some water, and then drained off the liquid to get rid of the impurities. Well, I boiled it with I think I put a cinnamon stick and star, and no, I put that in the broth. I put onion and some garlic and ginger just to boil off the impurities, and then so I'm just trying to find that stamp that I needed. And then I put it in the oven with some dark soy sauce. Now, I read today that I hadn't quite realised this, that when you're cooking, I've always known that light soy sauce is saltier, and I've known that dark soy sauce is sweeter. But apparently when you're cooking, it's good to incorporate the two, especially when you're roasting, because they do different things. And apparently if you just use dark soy sauce, then it can end up tasting bitter, I think. Anyway, so I did a combination of the dark and the light. I then put some dry sherry, some tiny little bit of white wine vinegar, and some maple syrup. What else did I put in there? I think that was it. Anyway, and then I roasted it pretty much all afternoon on a very low heat. Oh my goodness, it was so tasty. And then I did the whole soft-boiled egg thing. So I boiled the eggs for 6 minutes, took them out, put them straight under cold water, took the shells off, and then I had some rocket, or you guys call it arugula. So I had some arugula, I had some coriander, and I chopped up some spring onions and some raw mushrooms. So we had them in little bowls on the table, and then I blanched some broccoli, and that was in a little bowl as well. And then also I had an old cabbage sitting around on my kitchen table. I know it sounds disgusting, but I had this old cabbage, and I thought, you know what, I'm finally going to get around to using this today. Should we go gorgeous grape? I think we're going to do gorgeous grape. So I just took off all the old, really old leaves, and chopped it up, and I deep fried them to make kind of like a fake fried seaweed, crispy seaweed. And then I drained, I patted it with a paper towel to get rid of the oil, and then I just sprinkled sugar and salt over the top of it. So that was like a side garnish to make it crispy. Yeah, so then I just plated up the noodles with the broth, and then the kids could then just choose, and we could all just choose what we wanted on our ramen. And then I had it with a really nice, I bought this chili bean condiment from the Chinese shop near where my son is at university. So I opened that today, and I had that with it. So Luke's at uni, but Ethan and Jaden liked it. May was like, yeah. I'm just so ashamed of that child in terms of her food tastes, honestly. Shocking. She's quarter Chinese, and she just does not, I'm hoping that her taste buds are going to change, because, it's ridiculous. Yeah, my son Jaden really loved the idea. He's seen pictures. You see, we watch a lot of YouTube channels where they show off this kind of stuff. And he said to me the other day, well, we'd had noodles the other day anyway, and I tend to just cook everything in one big pot. I don't separate it out. And he said to me, Mum, I'd love it if you did it where we can see all the separate ingredients. So like, like how they serve it, how they serve ramen in the restaurants. So I was like, okay. So I just basically cooked everything individually. Well, I just plated it all individually. And I think he liked the idea of being able to control then what was on his plate. So I was like, okay. Because they wouldn't have the mushrooms. Oops. And yeah, it's just nice they can have a bit of autonomy, I guess, with their food. So they enjoyed that aspect of it. Yes, I am hoping that so, because it was the same for Jaden. There were quite a few things he didn't like, and I just tried not to fight it. I just like whatever. And his tastes have changed, and yeah, I know that does happen, so I'm not too worried about it. I think if you make it an issue with children, if you make them stressed because you're stressed, then I think they're less likely to have a go later on trying things. So, sometimes I just will say to her, look, just try it again, just see what you think. Like, she doesn't like potato. Like, what? Who doesn't like potato? And she said the only potato she likes is the way that they did them at school, like crispy potatoes for some reason. And they're like herby. So every so often I try and do the potatoes like with herbs. And the other day I had some lemons, and I just got the lemons. I put lemon zest on the potato and put oregano and olive oil. And I thought, ooh, I wonder if she'll like it. Anyway, I think she ate one. So that was like a triumph. I was like, yeah, she ate one. So, your son's girlfriend doesn't like any types of potatoes. Oh, well, there we go. There we go, Tashana. I mean, don't get me wrong, she eats rice. She will eat dry noodles. She loves uncooked dry noodles. I do too, actually, I have to say. What else? She'll eat bread. So I'm not, it's not like the poor girl's going to starve, is it? She'll be fine. What did Glenna say? Lots of food I didn't like as a child, I enjoy now. When I eat them now, I feel like I've grown up. That's so cute. It's true, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't like mushrooms as a child. And it was only when I was in my 20s that I started eating mushrooms. And it all started because I was at not a picnic. A neighbour was having a bit of a barbecue, and they'd made this salad that had raw mushrooms in it. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it. Just going to see what it's like, because I've never encountered a raw mushroom. Like, my mum would have always cooked mushrooms, never had them raw. And I was like, okay, I quite like this. So then I was like, okay, I'll try raw mushrooms. And then I think I may have had mushroom soup at a friend's house, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is divine. Just, simple mushrooms. I love just cooking mushrooms, lots of onion, cooking it in olive oil with some garlic, blending it, and then mixing it with cream. I am quite happy. I could eat a bowl full of that. So, okay, how's it? What do you think, guys, so far? Is this looking good? This is such a fun colour scheme. I would never have thought of doing this. Okay, I'm going to get that little star stamp out now. That one. Oh, yes. I could eat that too, Martina. That sounds yum. Oops. Just going to move that to the middle. I love the sweetness of onions. I really do. Oh, I made dal yesterday. I forget how delicious dal is, but you do have to have the extras. So I always fry off onions until they go sticky sweet, and then some garlic, lots of garlic, and then I chop up coriander and fresh tomato, and then add that very last minute, very last minute, so that it's almost fresh. It's just wilting in the heat of the dal. Oh, it's so good. I really like this. It's a bit different for me, but I like it. It's a bit retro, which is kind of in keeping. Stampin' Up have gone very 80s for their event for the weekend. So, and then I was watching British Bake Off. Oh, I've got. Don't tell me who's won that one. Not won. Sorry, who got through? Because we're watching Bake Off, and they went all 80s this week as well. Okay, so let's see if I can do this again. So I'm going to try that technique that I discovered earlier. 2 5/8, score, fold it over, 2 5/8, score. Yeah, so it's funny, isn't it? Some people think that some people just do not enjoy coriander at all, and I understand that, you know. So I'm sorry that you don't enjoy it like I enjoy it. But there we go. I'm sure there are things that you enjoy that I wouldn't enjoy. It is a very strong flavour. So I understand that people don't like it. But then I like durian, so, you know. Oops. Cut that little bit off the end there. Yes, you are right, Martina. They are, well, no, strictly they're not opposite each other. They are actually next to each other on the colour wheel. But look, because that's violet and that's red, and this is a version of a pinky red and a red orange. So they are across this spectrum here. There we go. They're actually next to each other. They feel like they're sort of opposite, but they're because purple has red in it, and orange has red in it, and pink has red in it. But yet they feel like they're completely opposite, don't they? Okay, so score at, what did I say? 1.5. This is to make like the biggest bag possible so that we're not wasting loads on the bottom. And then if you want to reinforce it, you can just add a little square on the bottom if you want to. So, oh, I meant to do this in a different size. Oh, I'm just going to have to stamp another one. Dear. Okay, you know what? I am going to do it this time where I don't score that middle one at all. And let's see what happens to the paper. Okay, just to shake it up a bit. Hi, Miss Cindy Nielsen. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of cutting here. Cut that there, cut that off. Then I fold and just cut the wedge like that. Fold, cut the wedge, fold, cut the wedge. Okay. Then we apply the glue in a row, fold it over and hold it down. You got the clothes in now. Oh, that's good. I hope they're dry. Oh, what are you guys talking about, the pepper flakes? What are you talking about? Oh, shredded Brussels sprouts, onion, sliced celery, bits of bacon, sliced mushrooms, sauteed in butter, salt, pepper and garlic, and a little bit of cumin. Ooh. That does sound nice. Oh, squaring it off. Oh, my fingers are sticking on the inside. That means the glue is kind of squished out a bit. I could always put a square on the inside to cover up that gluey bit, can't I? Just looking around to see if I can find a bit. Okay, right, so let's see what happens when we squish this in now. Oh, it kind of just does it naturally. It's just a funny little thing there. I mean, the other option is that you push that down and it just goes all the way like that. Sort of narrows it down there. So yeah, you could create the slightly different look, I guess, by doing that. Oh, you have your clothes on. Oh, right, you have it on. Can I just assure everybody, Cindy did have her clothes on earlier when I spoke to her. It's just that she has her day clothes on. Okay, let's just clarify that. Right, I'm enjoying that. Right, anyone got some colour choices? We're going to try and remember to do what I said I was going to do this time. Getting some cardstock, sorry guys. You could always punch holes and tie with a ribbon. Yes, you could. That would look lovely. Yeah, that would look really pretty. Yeah, you could just punch a hole there and then tie that. Pretty Peacock. So if we go for Pretty Peacock as the dark colour. Okay, that's cool. Ooh, Magenta Madness. Ooh, right. And we need to pick some lighter colours as well, because otherwise that's going to clash. Mint Mac. Ooh, right. Okay. So if I do. I used Flirty last time, didn't I? Oh, Balmy Blue. That's a good idea. Balmy Blue Mint Macaron for the background. I used Highland Heather for the last one, Bonnie. Right, hopefully I can do this in like 5 minutes. Because I have done it 2 other times tonight already. Has everyone got their stopwatches on? Bonnie just can't get purple out of her head. I can't get purple out of my head. Okay, so Tanya. Okay, this is going to be quite bold, everybody. Just saying. Yes, it would be great for a masculine card. So this stripe now is from Pattern Play. Okay, there we go. Oops. Alright, so Magenta Madness. Let's see if we can find some spots for this. So because we've already used the Pretty Peacock, which is really quite bold, I'm going to try and pop the piece in where there is no Pretty Peacock, because I'm afraid you'll not see it so clearly. Oh, it's not too bad. A little bit of overlap there. And I guess because we are stamping a bag, you're going to see aspects of it anyway, all the way around. Who's just ordered a stamp set? The chicken scratch line stamp. Oh, hi Phoebe. Oh my goodness. You will love soft sea foam, Phoebe. How can you live without it? This is not soft sea foam, by the way. This is mint macaron. Just saying. But no, if you don't have soft sea foam, I'm surprised. Yeah, it does look like tire marks. Yes. Every time I stamp it, I go, it's tire marks. So this is Magenta Madness. Figure out where to go with this one. Get some leaves in it. Oh, I didn't use this one for a while. I think because of the bold shapes of these leaves, they show up quite well, even though there's lots of colour already down. So, because I think I was scared that the Pretty Peacock would overwhelm a bit too much, but actually stamping this darker colour over the top, it's not too bad. Oh, a barcode. Ah, yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? Very funky and modern, a barcode card. Okay, right, let's move on. This one's stamped. So I'm going back to the big sparkle. I'm going to call it a sparkle because it's not a snowflake. Serene, could you send the link to me, darling? Because I don't allow sharing of links on my group. I'll share it. Thank you. It's just a little rule that I have, and I don't mind sharing stuff, but I'd rather just keep it that I share it. But unless you want to share it on your personal page, that's fine. I just meant in the group. Obviously, I'm not forbidding you from sharing on your personal page. That's okay, darling. Okay, there we go. That's a bit of a funky one. I'm trying to think if there's any other textures that are on here that I've forgotten. No, I don't think there is. I think that's it. Right, so this time I'm going to cut it so that you end up with slightly longer sides this time. So we'll go 3 plus 3 is 6. So that leaves us 6, 10, 4. Actually, no, I'm going to go 4 inches. What am I saying? So that leaves you with 2. So we go 4 inches. And then go to 5 1/4. So because 5 1/4 plus 5 1/4 is 10 1/2, and then that leaves us the bit for the thing. Okay, so score at 4, then 5 1/4. Fold that back and score at 4 and 5 1/4. So in the States, that would then leave you 1/2 inch for your, no, it wouldn't, yes, so then cut at 11 there. That leaves, oh, okay. I'm going to cut that slightly wider for me because I just want it slightly wider, but that would leave you a little sliver for your gluing. I did, Lorraine. Yes, that was cool. I want to have a go with that. I don't have that embossing folder, but I'm wondering what else I could do it with. Okay, so I just need to do the bottom one. Yep, that's about right. Okay. So because this is, what am I going, 1 and a bit. So even if I just score at 1 inch all the way down, then that should be cool as. Yeah, I just thought of that tonight. Because I couldn't get my brain around the figures. So chop, chop, chop. Fold that over, give it a rub. Yes, I think any embossing folder would work with that technique, Lorraine. Lorraine sent me a link to a really cool technique, and it's where you use an embossing folder and then you sort of use ink after you've embossed to kind of make it look really cool. But you emboss a piece of foiled card. It just looks amazing. So I forgot to burnish these edges, but anyway, it's coming together, it's fine. There we go. Oh no, don't do that, Ruth. Wasn't happy doing that because it made it stretch. So it's probably, oh, this is the point where you get a ruler or a bone folder, but ideally a ruler, which I dropped on the floor earlier. Okay, and then you just squeeze like that. Squeeze like that. There we go. That is it. So that's a very sort of tall and thin one. I suppose this would be really nice to put some cards in, actually. If you've got the note cards and envelopes, that would fit really lovely in there if you did a little set of cards. Or, I don't know, let's see, will an ink pad fit in there? 2 ink pads? Oh yeah, that would make a nice present for a crafter, wouldn't it? 2 ink pads. Generous. There we go. So there we go. Oh, that's interesting, Lorraine. I didn't notice that. Yeah. Right, let's get them on. You guys can vote which is your favourite. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So let's just recap the colours on this one, because I know you guys, some of you messaged me afterwards going, what were the colours again? So I try and at the end of every video just recap the colours. I try. Don't always, but I try. So if you want to catch the colours, do try and just scroll to the end of the video and it's usually there. Okay, so number 1. It's got Daffodil Delight and Coastal Cabana swished and swiped. Then Granny Apple Green for the stamping of the textures. And then Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo there for the colours. Okay. Right, then the second one, use Flirty Flamingo again. And I used Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink for the swishing. Calypso Coral. Did I use Blushing Bride? No, I didn't use Blushing Bride. Calypso Coral. Oh, I did use Blushing Bride for that one. But you know what? I think you probably could have got away with just using Calypso Coral. That was me being over the top with the pinks there, I think. So, oh, merci beaucoup, Lorraine. Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink. And then for the word stamping and the leaves, we used Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. And then on the last one, we used Balmy Blue. Where's my ink pad's gone? Oh, my ink pad's in here. Balmy Blue, Pretty Peacock, Mint Macaron for the background, and then the fabulous Magenta en Folie, Magenta Madness for the words. Okay, so that was super duper fun. And hold on. 1, 2, 3. So Lorraine loves number 1. Delinda likes number 3. 1, 2, 3 for Janice. 2, 3, 1 for Helene. And 2 and 3 for Martina. Oh, Bobby likes number 2. Thank you, Craft with K. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cindy, Glenna, Bobby, Bonnie, Delinda, Janice, Cheryl. Thank you. Je t'aime. Aww. Right. Bonsoir, mon ami. How to say going to bed? What's to go? Je allais dans le... What's bedroom? Bonne nuit. On stage tomorrow. I know, I'm so excited. But I've got to so clear my room. Right. Take care and God bless everybody. Thank you for your company. As always, it is so appreciated. And please do share these videos out with your friends. And remember, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you would like to shop for any of the products, please hit the links below. And grab that host code. It's currently on my artfulstampin.co.uk blog. It is also on the top of my Artful Stampin Facebook page, and if you would like it, then I can send it to you if you need to email me, ruthtrice@gmail.com. So there we go. Oh, thank you for the thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. Let's have a look how many people are watching. 45 people and 33 thumbs up. That's so cool. Thank you guys. Please give me a thumbs up on the way out, and I'll see you again soon. Yes, I'm hoping to come on tomorrow evening. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will try and come on. And also I'm going to start sending out all my thank you cards for October as well. I've already filmed your video, your freebie video, for those of you who bought from me and who supported me. So there we go. Right, take care guys. God bless. Bye.